Hi, I'm Kale.
And I'm Jenna.
And we are going to tell you a story about Thanksgiving in 2014. So, Jennifer was going to like 4 churches at one time.
And the one I was going to, called the chapel,
was... Way to advertise.
It's amazing. This is not an ad, by the way.
I'm Jewish as...
Yeah.
Can't curse in my videos.
But I dragged her along with me.
Because we were going to be packaging boxes
food for
the less fortunate.
Homeless and less fortunate for Thanksgiving.
Because we're good little Christian boys.
Says the Jew. And anyways, we packaged like 4 or 5 boxes, which we had to deliver.
And we chose Tarpon Springs, which we chose because we love the Sponge Docks, which we go to sometimes. Yeah. It's kind of like
But it turns out we got the ghetto part.
The ghetto part, and I'm talking ghetto.
I mean, like they have fight clubs, okay? And you go outside, and you have to fear for your life.
Okay, so we get to the first house. And I saw this guy running past us with I think it was a gun in his hand, but I'm not sure. I thought it was a knife at one point, but I thought it was a gun.
So I look over at Kayla, and she's just breaking out into a cold sweat.
I'm like, we're gonna die.
It can't be that bad.
I literally look at her and I go, this is the night that we're gonna die, Jennifer. This is how we'll die.
And I'm like, no, we're not. You're overreacting. Stop.
And I'm like, honey, have you been in this neighborhood? She was like, what was this like? It's 2014. Can I do math? So like 6th grade.
I think. Wait.
I can't do math.
Midterms.
But and she was like super innocent back then, so she was like, oh, there's no such thing as guns. No one would ever kill someone.
Yeah, but you gotta remember, this was when I was in 6th grade. Okay, I had these big, thick glasses that like took up my entire face. I had braces. I decided to get my hair cut to my chin, and when I did, it curled up, so it was like up to my ears. Okay, I looked disgusting, and I looked like I was like, I don't know, 5 years old at the time.
You still act like it.
Shut up. But anyways,
so she was like, oh, nothing bad's gonna happen to us ever in the whole wide world. But me, knowing the street smarts that I know, I have been to that neighborhood. I went to school in that neighborhood. I know people that live in that neighborhood. It is a crack house neighborhood. Trust me. And I told her all this, and she's like, no, drugs aren't a thing.
So anyways, we pull up to the first house, right? And we're doing this delivery with another woman named Miss... I'll use a fake name. Miss, what name should I use?
Mulberry!
Miss Mulberry, right? So my mom calls Miss Mulberry, and she's like, hey, I need you to stay behind my car and make sure I don't get
killed!
Or killed, for the matter.
So we have this box, and we're ready to go knock on this person's door, and Jennifer and her little sister...
And
should we use a fake name or no?
Yeah, fake name.
Okay. Sarah!
Fine, Sarah. Okay,
I hate
Sarah,
myself.
and then I'm also with my 2 other friends, so I'm changing their names.
Just don't even bother with them.
Okay.
They're not that important.
Anyways, so we go to the first house, right?
And Sarah and her mom are like, oh, let's all go in together.
Come on. Good Christians that we are.
All right, so come on, Kale. Come on, Jenna. Come on, Sarah. I almost forgot her fake name. And I was like, are you dumb? I literally look at her mom and I'm like, do you realize that like we're like 3-year-olds practically, and we're gonna walk out in the middle of Tarpon Springs in that ghetto ass part
at 10 o'clock at night?
Yeah, and I literally saw someone walk by with like a gun or something.
You already said that. But anyways.
Anyway.
So the first house was okay.
But I was so freaked out that when we got to the second house,
I look over at Kayla, and she's like holding onto her phone with like a death grip. Okay, she is not letting go of it. And I look down, and on her screen, she has 911
on
typed
speed
in
dial.
onto her
speed
call.
dial.
Okay, so all she had to do was press the button, and she would call them. And I'm like, Kayla, it can't be that bad. And she's like, oh, trust me, it is.
And then
I'm like,
what did we see after that? That made me like prove to
that was when. Oh, we saw the gang running down the street.
Oh yeah, shit!
With the wrench.
Yes, we saw this gang. I'm dying. We saw a bunch of people running down the street. This one guy had a freaking wrench in his hand, and I'm like, Jennifer, do you really think that I shouldn't have 911 on speed dial, huh, honey?
And then Hunty, we're in an F-350 pickup truck. I think we're fine.
And I was like, are you dumb?
And then I was like, I could take them on. I'm a black belt.
And then we did the rest of the houses with no complications. And then we went back home, and I looked at her and I said, we are never doing that ever again.
But between the 4th and 5th house, she called her dad and was like, Dad, I'm going to die.
I forgot about that.
She was so scared. She called her dad to say her final goodbye.
Yeah, I was like, I love you, Dad. We're going to get murdered. I love you. Bye.
So yeah, that was Thanksgiving 2014.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, and also, that loving dad that y'all know,
Is playing
he's playing guitar. Say hi, Dad.
Hi, children.
He's playing guitar for our background music because he's such a lovely father.
And he's amazing.
Yeah.
Sizzle, stop eating my blanket.
Apparently my dog is eating the blanket. All right, how do you want to close off this?